Hi, I'm Jack, and I'd like to share with you our homemade Thermidor sauce. Now, we've developed this with input from a chef with Michelin-star experience because I personally feel that you should be able to enjoy restaurant quality food at home easily. In fact, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make my favourite, a lobster thermidor now. So here, I've got one Cornish lobster, which is just split. I've cleaned out the head. We've got all that beautiful tail meat there, and then more meat in the claws. So all we need, just get the tip of a spoon, and we'll just pull that lobster meat out the tail, like so. There's more meat in the claws, so we'll get that in a second. And then you just want to dice this lobster meat up into sort of bite-sized pieces. I wouldn't worry too much about how neat it is. So now the claw meat, definitely don't lose the claw meat. That's part of my favourite bit. So just snap the claws off, like so, leaving the lobster shell intact because we're going to use that for presentation. And then just break each knuckle off like so. And then a little tip, if you haven't got a lobster pick or a crab pick, just use the back of a teaspoon and you can get in those knuckles and pick all that delicious meat out of the shell. So then you can use some lobster crackers to get the meat out of the claws. And there we have it, all our beautiful picked Cornish lobster meat ready for our lobster thermidor. So we've got our Thermidor sauce in here, which I've just been stirring and warming through. Just make sure not to boil it because that will affect the texture and the flavour of the sauce. Warm it up on a gentle heat, stirring it, making sure it doesn't stick, doesn't boil. And then once that's warmed through, which you can see it's steaming nicely, we're perfectly ready to add our diced lobster meat. Sprinkle it all in, get all of that lovely lobster meat in there. So again, we'll just stir that through. And we just want to warm that lobster meat up. Don't cook it, the lobster is already cooked, so we're not overheating this aggressively. We're just warming it through, ready for the next step, and we'll put it back in our lobster shells, ready to gratinate in the oven. So this is why it's really important to keep those shells intact, because this is going to be our presentation. So we're just going to spoon this in, nice and generous. It all should fit because all the meat has come from the same shell you've used. Next, what I like to do is give it a generous sprinkling of Parmesan. This adds another layer of flavour and also really helps it to gratinate under the grill, which is all again part of that flavour. So here's our lobster thermidor ready to go under the grill. And here is our lobster thermidor. Wow, beautifully gratinated. Now, this is how I love to enjoy it. Simply, on a plate, a handful of fries, a wedge of lemon, and a beautiful glass of wine. Delicious.